We're back now at 8:09 this morning on today's Health. Lice. Just the thought makes parents squirm, but according to a new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics, kids should not be forced to miss school because of lice. Here's NBC's chief science correspondent, Robert Bazell.
I'll do a screening and I'll look through her hair.
Linda Strand, a nurse, makes a living performing a task many parents dread. Literally, she is a nitpicker. She removes the nits, the eggs of head lice, from children's hair at her practice called Lice Be Gone.
The bugs are right here.
Strand says that new parents never fail to be horrified the first time they find that their children have a case of head lice.
Shocked. They're always shocked.
Generation after generation, they're shocked, right?
That's right. Everybody looks like it's the worst thing, the plague, but 1 in 4 children will have head lice during their lifetime.
Head lice, in fact, are transmitted among young children more frequently than any problem except for the common cold. And they almost never cause complications beyond itching and the squeamishness that parents feel. That is why the American Academy of Pediatrics has reaffirmed its policy against schools having no nits rules, keeping kids home as long as there is a trace of the eggs in their hair.
This bug is a few days old.
Lice, as Strand shows, have a 3-stage life cycle. Nits to larvae to lice, all of them very tiny.
Lice is a year-round problem.
And as the lice become increasingly resistant to chemicals to treat them, nitpicking often remains the only way to get rid of the problem. The Academy of Pediatrics says that most kids get infected through very close contact, like sharing a pillow at a sleepover, and that keeping them out of schools or camps simply deprives the kids of too much time.
I'm going to put my special glasses on to make my eyes look bigger. You see?
Naripa Guy brought her 2-year-old Ashima to the nitpicker because she had been scratching.
No eggs, no bugs. You did great.
Mom was thrilled to find no trace of head lice.
She doesn't have lice, which is a good thing.
But Ashima, like so many children, could get them someday, with pediatricians insisting that school policies won't do much to prevent it. For today, Robert Bazell, NBC News, Short Hills, New Jersey.
Dr. Alana Levine is a spokesperson for the American Academy of Pediatrics and contributor to BabyCenter.com. Dr. Nancy Snyderman is NBC's chief medical editor. Ladies, good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
I don't know. I really, they should go back to school if they, I mean, how do you feel about this policy?
Yeah, I was a little surprised because I think there's going to be a lot of pushback, but I have to say scientifically it makes perfect sense. By the time you find a nit or a louse, it's probably been there for a month. The reality is we're taking otherwise perfectly healthy kids out of a learning environment. And since head lice don't transmit any disease at all, it probably has been an overreaction to the icky part of it, not really the common sense part of it.
I get the not missing school. I mean, nobody wants that. But I mean, if these things can be spread not only by, head on a pillow type thing, but close proximity, I mean, wouldn't we want to err on the side of caution?
Remember, they've been there for longer than before you see them, so they're already jumping from one head to another.
That's right, and it does cause a lot of anxiety for parents, but as Dr. Snyderman said, it doesn't actually cause disease in the children. So all you have to do is treat them, and then they'll be lice-free.
But if you're the parent of a child who doesn't have the head lice, and you find out that another child is going to school with the head lice, next thing you know, they're on your child and they're in your home.
Well, not necessarily, and that's why this whole idea of what to do when. Remember, if you know one kid has head lice, it means there are others who just haven't been found yet. And I think that's the craziness of it all. So not sharing combs, not sharing the same knit caps, having your own pillows, just those simple things, even in a crowded environment, will cut down.
If a child does get the nits and then the larvae and then the lice, how long is it from start to finish if you treat it before you can take care of it once and for all?
Well, I recommend treating with an over-the-counter shampoo on day of diagnosis and doing a comb out afterwards. You really want to concentrate on the nits and that are close to the scalp, within 1 centimeter of the scalp, and trying to remove all of the live lice that you can see. And then you want to wait 9 days and retreat again. And recomb again, and at that point you really should have a clear head.
Is there something you treat the hair with, that shampoo you're talking about? Does that make it less likely that that child can be reinfested, or no?
Well, no, it's not going to provide ongoing protection
It's
months
not like
down the
wearing a
line.
flea and tick collar for your kid. Right, okay.
Novel idea.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's one of the reasons. If you're talking 9 days, and that's one of the
It's
reasons
not going to prevent you from getting it next year. It takes care of this infestation.
Exactly.
all right, so is there any other way that you can have, that a parent can have some ability to lessen the risk for their child?
I think you have to teach your children not to share brushes, not to share helmets, not to share hats, and to really try to limit that close contact. The lice actually don't jump, they crawl.
See, I'd be honest with you, that's the wives' tale. I had heard that they can actually
right.
jump from child to child.
No, it's really direct contact that does it. They don't jump from one head to another, but they may crawl from one head to another, which is why in daycare centers you want separate areas. And this is non-racial, non-socioeconomic. There are kids from the toniest homes who've had to deal with this.
And
the most meticulous thing is how you comb out the hair, and using these products the way of you following the instructions. If you take a shortcut, you're right back to square zero.
And we do this segment in the middle of summer. Obviously, school's a month away, but think what's happening at summer camps.
Exactly.
And things like that. Just
Yeah.
another thing to make parents feel good this morning. Ladies, thank you both very
You
much.
bet, Matt.